What's up, everybody? It's the homie Truth Teller, the street reporter. We got an update on FBG duck case. That's been going on every day. A lot of people wanted to talk about this case. A lot of videos about this case. A lot of fake videos about this case. We need to push those videos down right now by hitting the like button on this video. 6 people charged with FBG duck death. According to the police, though, that's where this shit get real deep at. They say it was actually 9 people involved in this murder. 3 of them are dead right now, but 6 of them got charged. We finna talk about that. Hit the like button, man. We need a lot of likes on this video. Let's get a couple thousand likes on this video so people can understand what's going on. Not for the clout, but this is a big case in the drill culture. We know the 6 people that's arrested for duck murder right now. You got the young guy, DThang. You got Muwop. You got Los. You got Kenny Mack. You got C Murder. And you got Teezy. These are guys who gon' face the downfall for this death of FBG duck. The feds say they did it, allegedly. They say Teezy dropped his load. According, though, to new paperwork that's coming out, they say it was 9 people involved in duck death, okay? They say King Von dropped $100,000 on duck head, according to snitches and people who was involved with some of the guys involved in this case. They told the feds this. Then they say DThang, Lil Durk's brother, was involved in this. He was like an overseer of some of this shit. His name came in. And then Zell Munna, he died of suicide, according to the police. A lot of people not exactly sure what happened to Zell Munna. Not a lot of his information on the internet. It seemed like a lot of his friends and close family members made sure they didn't post this obituary or none of that shit on the internet. It's hard finding information about him, But the feds are claiming those 3 people were involved in duck death. They say Zell Munna was actually a shooter. He was one of the guys that built out a car and blah, 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 blah. He was blicking this shit, When I look at the paperwork, though, I don't really see nothing that places King Von involved in this. I believe King Von, if he would have been arrested for this, because I do believe the feds would have arrested him. I believe if he would have been arrested for this, he's one of the only ones I believe that probably could have beat this, Him and DThang, me personally. I believe if DThang and King Von was involved in this case, those are 2 people that I believe would be able to beat this case. King Von name only came up off of a source, an informant, a snitch, telling the police that Von put $50,000 on his head, put $100,000 on his head. That's the only place Von name came in at. That he put $100,000 to kill duck. That wasn't what I seen in the paperwork. What I seen in the paperwork with the $100,000, the giving away chains, was just to show that he held a leadership group inside of this O-Block gang. He didn't get them BD chains. He didn't get them GD chains. He gave them O-Block chains, So they saying O-Block is a gang. And Von was one of the fucking leaders. And they say that, he is what it is. But his name only came in this case during a source who told the feds this. And then they got text messages from Kenny Mack saying they on their way to get duck because Von put money on his head. But that's all we got. We don't have no DNA evidence of King Von there. He wasn't spotted on no camera. He wasn't at the crime scene. Hell, I don't even think he was in the city of Chicago. I believe, he had money. He got a high-priced lawyer. I believe that's enough to kind of distance him from that. Not saying he ain't a part of O-Block, maybe part of the superseding indictment, but it's part of killing duck and shit like that. I don't believe they had enough evidence to charge King Von, but I do believe they would have charged King Von because he King Von. I believe that's one of the reasons why they put his name in this, to make this case even bigger than it is, DThang. I don't see what DThang play a part in this case. I done looked at the paperwork. I do see that Teezy called DThang when he spotted duck. He was on the phone. They say DThang called him back. He was on the phone. He actually told DThang that I got somebody for FBG duck. They on their way up here to get his ass. But as far as placing DThang as a culprit in this case, I don't see it. Hell, if Teezy was downtown and he seen the enemy he don't like and he called somebody and told them, look, I see the op down here, bro, I got somebody up on him. That ain't got nothing to do with DThang, He didn't call DThang and said, DThang, can you send somebody to come get him? He called DThang, allegedly, told DThang he had people to come get him and whatever else he told him. I didn't see anything about DThang saying, shoot him, kill him, and shit like that. I seen some in the paperwork where another member of THF, who Teezy called, basically asked Teezy for information about Duck, what he wearing, what car he getting in, and shit like that. But I didn't see anything that places DThang inside of this conspiracy. If you seen your enemy and you called him, motherfucker, you say, man, I see that nigga up there, and the nigga say, well, get his ass. That don't mean that he involved in that. You called him. Okay, so I believe them two would be able to backtrack their way out of this case if they were involved in this case. I don't think DThang would have been charged in this case personally, but they did say a number called TZ phone right before Duck died, and the number came from DThang. So I'm not sure. Me personally, the feds get dirty. They love to involve everybody in this shit. It make the case bigger, and you know it's easier to prosecute people when they believe it's just some drill rap shit. Because drill rap is just gang banging and shit, you know. But that's what the paperwork say. The paperwork involves 9 people and say 9 people was involved in Duck death, not 6 people. And it also says that DThang, you know, remember the FBI agent did a testimony the other day in court. He testified. He almost revealed one of the witnesses cooperating in this case. You know, and one of the witnesses is a friend of DThang. You know, DThang got these text messages and sit in his phone, and the feds seen it. And one of the people inside the DThang phone is cooperating with the feds in this case, telling them that DThang had something to do with this. The feds didn't request DThang phone records because they knew that soon they requested it, you know, this paperwork got to go out to the public. They were afraid that people were going to find out who the witness is that's cooperating. One of the witnesses was found in DThang phone. So somebody close to DThang, a friend of his, is finna cooperate with the feds, and they didn't, you know, subpoena his records because they felt like his phone records was going to get out to the public. And a lot of people didn't like that, you know. But this is getting deep. You know, it's a lot of people that's cooperating with the police. I was told that sometime next week we're going to start to see Trenches News hitting the stand. You know, Trenches News cooperates this RICO case. You know, everybody else speaks about a murder case. Everybody else speaks about a death case, about, you know, how Duck died. Did you see Duck? Did you see the killers on the videotape? And, you know, what was the beef between Duck? Trenches News broke down, you know, the structure of a gang. You know, you got to give $100 here. You know, this person got the gun. Move out, collect this money and this shit and that shit. You know, so his testimony is going to be real strong in this case. Remember, this is just not a murder case. This is like a RICO case that committed a murder within furthering a gang. So they got to prove more than just killing Duck. They got to prove that this is, you know, a hit squad. This some racketeering shit. This is a group of gang members that's killing people, making money, and doing all kind of shit. So I don't know what's going on. I believe the case going to continue Monday. I believe it's going to shut down because it's the weekend now. But subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to keep you updated. But according to the paperwork, the feds would have charged 9 people on this case. But unfortunately, Zell Munna died due to suicide. And some people don't quite know if it's suicide. You know, it's rumors that he died from taking a fake perk. It's rumors that he was killed, that he shot himself. It's rumors that he was killed. But, you know, the paperwork says suicide. So, you know, the medical examiner says suicide. But according to the feds, Zell Munna died of suicide. DThang was shot and killed, and King Von was shot and killed. But a lot of people speculate that those 3 guys would have been charged in this, and it would have been the whole Block 9. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Tommy True.